Welcome to The Chatter, your end of the week ear candy for what to eat, drink, see, and do in Richmond, Virginia, right damn now.
The Richmond Experience is independently owned and created by locals, us, for locals, you. From recent openings and the latest trends to time-tested traditions and hidden gems, we're here to help you experience the very best that RVA has to offer.
Hi, I'm Paige, RVX social media manager. I'm the face you see in front of the scenes on Instagram and TikTok, taking you to all the latest and greatest hotspots around town.
And I'm Kelsey, RVAX managing editor, working behind the scenes on your midweek newsletter, the Weekly Insider, and City Guides. And
Woo!
together, we are the dynamic duo.
Yes.
Hi, Paige.
Hi, Kels. I'm
How
so
are you?
excited.
I know,
I'm
I'm so
great.
excited too. We are the Richmond Experience is launching a podcast.
Yes, I think it is exactly what we needed. We have so much content and never enough time.
No,
So
never
it's
enough
just,
space. We needed another branch.
yes. So it's just another way to hear everything that's going on in Richmond, behind the scenes, all the hot goss. We're
What
here
you and
for
I
you.
are doing for the week, what we've been doing around town before we got on, what we're going to do later,
Yes.
things like that.
Yes. So,
Exciting.
the summer bucket list, it's trending.
Yes,
So,
speaking of things to do.
what do you have? What is on top of your summer bucket list?
So, the main thing on top of my summer bucket list right now, I was just talking to my husband about this, is going to see a movie at the Goochland Drive-In Theater. We went, I think, like right in the thick of COVID times, which was like great for that like period because it left everybody like nice and spaced out. But I mean, it's still like a wonderful thing to do now that everybody's sort of like back in the groove of things. You go get snacks at the concession stand, you take the kids, everybody kind of like spreads out in the car or like, in your tailgate or something like that. And you watch like a good movie under the stars. It's the best. That's
I
on my
love it.
bucket list.
That's a great one.
I
I
know, I
I
love
just
it.
love it there so much.
It's so fun. It's such a good thing to like keep everybody entertained at the end of the day too. I feel like as a parent, that's always like the trick is like, what can we do to sort of like land on like a good, note for the end of the day? And a movie. Perfect.
Yes, that is
How about you,
perfect.
Paige? What are you doing this summer?
So this has been on my summer bucket list for years, and I've just never done it, but this is the year. I want to bike on the Capitol Trail all the way
Yeah.
to Upper Shirley and back.
Amazing.
So,
Amazing.
yeah,
And you've
it's
been putting in
about
like the work at Boho Studios too. So you're like amped up
yeah,
and ready to go.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
But it's about 20 miles.
Okay.
So 20 miles there. I figured, grab some wine, grab some lunch, hang out on the beautiful lawn there,
Mhm.
and then 20 miles back. So it
Right.
would
So
be
it's like a
like
day.
it's a whole day trip, but I have a bike. It just definitely needs tuned up and ready to go. But
Sure.
Basket and bike right in Shako Bottom, so it would
Hmm.
be perfect for getting on the Capitol Trail at Great Shiplock Park. You can rent bikes there,
Yeah.
so we would definitely have to rent Holly a bike, but it's totally doable, accessible.
And
I think
Holly, by the way,
yes,
girlfriend of the podcast.
yes, she is my partner, my girlfriend. So I'm sure we'll be mentioning our partners, some of
Yep.
our close friends. So we're going to have friends of the pod.
Yeah, our friends of the pod. Paige is going to go ride the bike with Holly, go get some wine, hang
Yeah.
out for a nice summer day in Richmond.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's,
a full day too. Like that's a great way to like get like, be nice and exhausted by the time you get home and then have like an amazing like sleep that night.
yeah.
Mhm.
So that is definitely on the list, hopefully a Saturday or Sunday. So
Amazing.
I will keep you guys updated with
I
that.
can't wait to hear about it. Are you planning also with this? Are you thinking more like early summer or is that like a later summer thing? Because I feel like right in the middle of July is like a no-go.
I know. I know we should probably do it sooner rather than later, but I know it's only June, but I feel like my summer is already
It
planned.
already feels like it is August. I completely feel that way too. I literally I'm still in March, quite honestly. So I know what you mean, Paige.
Me too.
But amazing. We'll look forward to hearing about it sometime this summer, Paige.
Yes. But to just give our listeners a little bit more info, um, these first couple episodes of the chatter are going to be more evergreen. And then as we reach the end of June, we're hoping to be more what's happening that specific week.
Right.
Just any hot spots that are opening, what you need to be doing that week or that weekend. But right now, as we, get in the swing of things, get on our schedule, the first couple episodes will be just a little bit more evergreen.
Right. So kind of like in the vein of what you see Paige doing typically on social media or what you read in our midweek newsletter, the Weekly Insider. Those are more like, what's happening this week or next week or like coming soon and stuff like this. That's what we're planning on doing for the podcast in the coming weeks. But to get us sort of like rolling, Paige and I are going to just talk about, what our favorite things to do in general in Richmond are, the classics that you can always like go back to no matter the season or time of year.
Yes, can't wait. So let's
Mhm.
dig in.
Let's dig in. So to get us started, this episode of The Chatter is powered by Star Hill Beer Hall and Rooftop. Stop by Scott's Edition Brewery for some pilot beer ASAP. Old Fuss and Feathers and Hot Commodity are pouring now. And quite honestly, like anything that you drink at Star Hill is fine by me. I currently am loving their sunburn summer ale. Super citrusy and crisp, perfect for like warm weather days. I love like even like the artwork on the can. It has like palm trees and like some sort of like cool little like beachy vehicle. It's the best. The whole thing all around has been my go-to recently, but anything, even the classics at Star Hill are amazing. And Paige, I think I saw that you just stopped by for something delicious too.
I was just there last night and I sipped on their new one called Hey Girl Hey, and it is a rosé beer lager.
It's
So
like the combining of you and me, Paige. Me, the beer, you, the wine. It's us in a glass.
yeah, it really was super tasty and they nailed the color. It's kind of like an
Yes.
off pink, so super fun. And I believe it's on for Pride. So get
Oh,
get over
amazing.
there.
So go check that out. Sit on the
Yeah.
rooftop, enjoy the views, and then do one of the other thousands of things that you can do in Scott's Edition. It's one of our favorite places over there, and their beer is scrumptious.
Yes. All right, so now this is like the meat of the pod. We are calling it what to eat, drink, see, and do in RVA in general. So every week, Kelsey and I will give you those 4 things and what you should be doing. So I'm up first with eat. And again, you should grab dinner at Richmond Staple Stella's. So this is one of my favorite restaurants. Stella serves modern Greek fare, including small plates and in a minimalist space with a really cute communal table, if that's your vibe. They have a great happy hour, cocktails, and a great wine selection, which you guys know I love.
Yes, of course.
Um, and my personal favorite choice is the pork souvlaki covered in their delicious tzatziki, and then countless meze selections. They have like the flaming cheese, tzatziki, the spreads, the hummus. So good.
Everything. Order one of everything when you go.
Honestly. But it is best to make a reservation there. So you can visit their website, stellasrichmond.com to book, but you can also, sit at the communal table, the bar as well, first come, first serve. But a hot tip is, they only open up so many reservations online. So call. I know
Yeah.
we're all millennials. I know we're
Yes.
all afraid of the phone,
It's not
but
our
if you
favorite.
call, you might get in. So I've done it both ways, just, winging it and making a reservation. And either way is the right way.
Yeah, it's Stella. So you can't really go wrong, but if you're gonna like try to definitely nail dinner there, you gotta like go with the reservation. I feel like that's the first thing that people told me when I moved to Richmond and wanted to try Stella's. They were like, make sure you make a reservation. If you don't, not a huge deal, but if you make a reservation, you're already in.
Absolutely. And then are you a pasta number 5 girly?
So when I've been to Stella's, that's been my go-to. And I will say, like, when you're in like these hotter temperatures in the summertime in Richmond, it's kind of tricky. I mean, I'll do it. I'll have it, but like it's trickier. I love it though, like especially in the fall because it's got like a little bit of like nutmeg or something in like
It's
the sauce.
it's warming. It has
Yes,
like
very
some
warming.
cloves. It is like a hug. It
It
is a
really
warm
is a
hug.
hug. It's a hug in pasta form. It truly is.
Oh,
It's so delicious. That's typically my go-to, and I would recommend it any time of year, but especially if you're like visiting Stella's as it gets like a little cooler around here, it's, top notch.
yeah. Oh my
Mm-mm.
goodness.
So tasty.
I'm ready. Let's go there
We'll go
after
after
this.
this. Let's take a break here and we'll be right back.
Uh, all right. And then up next for drink is enjoying wine at the patio at Jardin. So everybody knows I love wine. It is definitely a passion of wine.
Mhm. A
Of
passion
wine.
of wine, a passion of wine.
So this spot is approachable and intimate. Um, the staff is super knowledgeable. So if you go in and you don't know where to begin in wine, they will, lead you in the right direction. You can do glasses there. You can also pick up a bottle for a small corkage fee. But you'll likely find me on the patio sipping champagne and nibbling on the board with my girlfriend Holly.
Of course.
And I forgot to mention, this is brought to us by the same folks behind Grisette, which is a beloved Churchill spot.
Of course.
And again, their steak frites, I love it.
They're kind of in, Grisette's like Parisian, if I'm remembering correctly. Yes.
Yeah, like a French little bistro.
Yes, delicious.
Amazing. But Jardin hosts fun wine tastings that are super educational. They host wine pairing dinners like fried chicken and champagne, Lambrusco and hot dogs. So just approachable. And then they even have a blind tasting competition coming up that I'm signed up for. So I'll see you there.
So you can find Paige at Jardin at all kinds of times, including like a blind tasting. So go watch her compete.
Yes.
Have you done that before, Paige?
No, my WSET exam is June 22nd, and I have to blind taste a white and a red.
Oh, okay.
I don't have to give like the varietal at the end. I just have to give like the structural components. So I figured me doing this on the 16th would just be like a little warm up for my exam.
Like, launch you into the exam. I can totally see that. It's fine. It's for professional and personal reasons.
Yes. But I am I'm not professional. It is just passion. I mean,
the casualness.
I like to think I know a little bit about wine.
Whenever I'm out with Paige and she's like, what do you want to drink? I'm like, what do you want to drink? I'm not suggesting something. Paige, tell me what we're drinking. By the way, I don't know if this is putting you on the spot, Paige. What has been like your favorite bottle that you've had at Jardin recently? Do you have a recommendation people can pick up?
So in the summer, I love like crispy whites. So I'm a big fan of Gruner Veltliner.
Oh, okay.
Austrian white varietal. And then I also love Pecorino, which is a white Italian varietal. Very good.
Delicious.
But it is delicious. It's super crisp and clean. And then I'm just always a fan of bubbly. So
of course.
Champagne for sure, cava, just sparkling Cremant. Kind of just everything that's
it makes like anything that you're doing just kick it up a notch, like a little tiny celebration.
Yes.
Delicious. Oh, Paige, I will drink anything that you recommend. That all sounds like perfection. We'll go to Stella's and we'll get a drink. We'll come back and finish the rest of this episode.
That sounds like the perfect plan to me.
We won't actually do that. Now we're going to hit you with your second ad break. Paige, do you want to take it away for this one?
Yes. So this episode of The Chatter is also powered by 1213 Hair Studio. A new season calls for a factory reset. Schedule some you time at 1213hairstudio.com. So if you do catch me on the gram, you know that I love 1213 Hair Studio. I personally see joy for my cut and color.
Joy, yes. If you're watching us on like our YouTube channel for this like episode, you can see Paige's locks in real time.
Yes. I'm just blonde for the summer.
Yeah.
But I personally love Joy. I've been seeing her for a few months now. But I just got my hair done in May, so definitely love some me time in the chair. But you can find your match for your perfect stylist at 1213hairstudio.com.
Perfect. Amazing. Get like a nice refresh for any kind of like season you're in, emotionally, weather-wise, anything like that. Head over. Yeah. All right, awesome. Well, that will then take us to the see and do portion of this segment. And I will start with C, which is a movie at the Byrd Theatre. We were talking about movies at the drive-in up top. This is another great movie option, though, especially when you're in like these summer months or hotter months in Richmond, or even when you're, it's wintertime and you're trying to get out of the house, but you still need to be indoors. Byrd Theatre is the perfect option for that. This Carytown spot was named after William Byrd II, the founder of the Richmond city. So it's as historical gets. And each movie, except for their sensory-friendly showings, start with a live organ show featuring Bob Coolidge. If I'm remembering correctly, Paige, he comes up from from the
Yeah,
stage, like
from the
appears
stage.
like the
It's
magician that he is. It's an amazing, it's like an iconic thing that people talk about at the Byrd Theater and like something to do and see. So if you go for a showing, make sure you get there early or on time, you know, just ahead of your movie so that you can see him play some, you know, music for you to lead you into your actual showing. I love it over there. It's great to cool off in the summertime if you need something like during the day, or great to, you know, stay warm if it's like wintertime or something like that. It's just great.
yes.
I
It's
love
like
the Byrd. I'm trying to think the last thing that I saw there. Have you been there recently, Paige?
it's been a minute.
It's been a minute for me too, but it is
Yeah.
like a staple usually. I mean, it's also like great for kids. They have like good like kid showings too, like in the mornings, like matinees and stuff. So like I need to get back over there, but it's superb. So for current movie showtimes and such, go to birdtheater.org. But I agree with you. I haven't been in a minute and I need to go.
Yeah, it's always, again, great, just ultimate bucket list for
Yeah,
Richmond
you can
item.
go any time of year and you will not be disappointed.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, something that you can do or see or enjoy any time of year is our fair lady, the James River. My do this week is do something on or near the James River. Floating down the James River is one of the first things I did when I moved to Richmond, and it remains one of my favorite, very Richmond things to do every summer. You can bring a cooler, you can bring a portable speaker. I've done a float from Goochland, and Paige, I think that you had a recommendation for what float you've done before.
Yes, I always float out of Scottsville, so a little bit further up near Charlottesville. So
Okay.
it's about an hour drive, but what's cool about them, I use James River reeling and rafting. So you park your car there. They put you on a bus, put you up the river, give you tubes. They even have cooler tubes. So they can tie you all together, and the
Yes.
water's really deep there.
Okay.
So there are no rapids, there's nothing really super dangerous, and
Right.
so it's just a real leisurely stroll down the river.
Yes.
You can
Which
pack,
is what you
like,
want for this
sandwiches.
particular activity.
Personally, that's the way I always go. I just find it to be the safest
Yes.
option for me. I have done it in Richmond proper, and it was just a little scary. So,
Yeah. The
I
farther away from the city, the better is what I have found.
yeah, there's just a lot of, rocks, rapids, so
It's not the
I
leisurely activity that you want it to be. You got to like get out into like the river, down a ways.
yeah,
And
that's what
wait,
I
for
enjoy.
this cooler thing that you mentioned though, so do they have like their own cooler like situation they can provide so you don't even have to bring that?
No, you still need to bring a cooler.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but they
It's
have
like the
like a
hookup.
tube. They have a tube that's all like it has a bunch of twine in it so that your tube could just sit on top of it. So they just it takes all the guesswork out, and then you literally tube to where your car is parked, and they have showers if you want to rinse off. They have bathrooms so you can change, and it's just nice. And then on the way back, you can, hit a winery
Oh
in
my
Goochland.
gosh. Yeah, do it this way. This is especially if this is like your first time, do the more structured way like this. Paige is our structured girly over here. She knows
I
what the hell
am.
she's doing as far as organization goes. So follow this way if you're like you haven't done it before. When I did it, I went with friends who are like longtime Richmonders, born and raised here, so they like knew all the like tips and tricks and stuff. But if you're new to it, definitely go the Paige route and have like all like have the extra support in the setup so that it's nice and safe and relaxed and all that. And if you need some tips, we've got a guide that gives you all the best tips and tricks and float options for this must do excursion. And also on our site, if you go to City Guides, then outdoor, you'll see a bunch of how to's for spending time on or near the James, depending on the weather. She is a beauty. She doesn't have any bad angles. We recommend all kinds of different ways to get out and see the river because you are in the river city and it is an absolute must. Even if you're not floating, walk across like the Teapot Bridge, like that's like another like huge thing. I mean, like anything near the James is on I feel like my bucket list always.
Always. And
Always.
just to, give like a little PSA,
Yes.
always check the water level.
Always. Yes.
Always make sure it's safe. We have an Instagram. It's called How the James RVA, to make sure that you can be out there
Yes,
safely.
amazing. And if you do look at our guides too, we always, especially when you're going to be like on the water, we start our guides with like all of these safety tips and stuff and where you can like check the water level and things like that. Safety is not even first, it's before first. You have to be safe when you're out on the James. Thank you for reminding us, Paige. Check the water levels, make sure you've got all of your safety supplies and things like that, and be careful, please.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, it is time for us to wrap up.
That's it.
So
Paige, we did it. We got
we did
through it.
it. That
Amazing. Now we'll head into our official wrap up.
Yes. So thanks for listening, Richmond. And by the way, there's more where that came from. Joining the Richmond experience as a member is the best way to stay in the know about what's going on in RVA.
Not to worry, we refuse to sell your info or bombard you with ads, but we do charge a small annual membership fee of $39 a year to fund our team so we can keep doing this awesome work. Plus, a portion of each annual membership purchase for the Richmond experience goes to rotating nonprofits each month. That's like $1 per week to get an all access pass to the best of RVA and lift up local orgs. It's a really, really good deal, friends.
Yes. So give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at The Richmond Experience. And if you enjoyed this episode, send to your buds and rate, review, and subscribe.
And if you want to keep up with each of us, you can find me at Kelsey Hines is Typing on Instagram.
And me, Sips and Trips with Paige on Instagram.
And now for our final sign off page 1, 2, 3.
Chat with you next week, RVA.
And scene.
See ya.